This presentation of Lion Tracks is made possible through the kind support of Tangipahoa Parish Tourism, your guide to the crossroads of Louisiana.
Tangipahoa Parish is home to the strawberry capital of the world and the premier destination for family fun and adventure. Whether you're looking to visit one of our historic museums, grab a bite to eat at our amazing restaurants, or attend an exciting local event, there's always something to do in Tangipahoa Parish. Tangipahoa Tourism is proud to support the Southeastern Channel in its mission to educate and inspire young media professionals right here in Tangipahoa Parish, the crossroads of Louisiana.
Hello and welcome to Lion Tracks, your destination for the inside story of Southeastern athletics. I'm your host, Myles Edwards, and I'm here today with Lady Lions softball head coach Rick Fremin. Glad to have you here.
Thank you.
So, Coach, this is your 10th season at Southeastern. To me, it feels that your teams have gotten better every single year. What is your standard in coaching the softball team to be successful year in and year out?
I mean, from day one, we're just trying to do something that's never been done before, whether it was before we got here or even once we arrived. I think only 12 Division I teams out of 300 programs have won 40-plus games the last 3 years. We've been one of them, and 3 consecutive conference tournament championship appearances, and obviously winning it this past season. So we're going to try and continue to keep raising the bar as hard as it may be, but that's the standard.
Gotcha. So, Coach, let's talk about your team this year. Obviously, lots of new faces, got a lot of good transfers. You also lost a lot of good players last year as well. And I'm sure you want this year's team to be better than all the other teams you've had. So what makes this year's team different than all the other teams you've had?
Well, as you mentioned, I mean, we lost 12 seniors from a year ago, impact players that were here for quite some time, 3, 4, and even 5 years due to the COVID year. So I always say that's the hardest thing to replace is veteran innings. They were battle tested. They believed that any park they walked into, they can beat their opponent. So the program was in a good place. Obviously, we lose them to graduation, and then 15 new players are here. The standard's still the same. And we just got to prepare a new group much faster than any other team in the past, because the word's out, we're going to get everybody's best game. Anytime you win a conference or you win in 40 plus, you're going to see the #1 pitcher from every opponent. So we're just going to continue to try and get better each game. I do believe at the beginning of the conference this program will be ready to go. The more they play together, the better the program will be seasoned going into the latter part of the schedule.
Yes, sir. Your team began this season in the 2025 Tiger Classic in Baton Rouge, played teams like Charlotte, Central Arkansas, LSU. Mm-hmm. You finished there 2-3. I know it's early, but
Sure.
What are your thoughts on the team's during the first 5 games?
Well, Friday, the 2 games, Charlotte, UCA, it just didn't go well. A lot of new faces out there. I mean, other than McGee and Detillier at the same position from a year ago on the left side, everyone else was either at a different position or new. So a lot of people trying to get acclimated to our style of play on a big stage. So we dropped those 2 games, told them back is against the wall and we need to respond. So we beat Charlotte on Saturday, came out and played a good UCA team and beat them on Sunday. And then once again, for the second year in a row, lost in the late innings to the #10 ranked, LSU team. faced their All-American pitcher who did a good job, but we were leading the entire game, and it is very promising. It was a great crowd. It was a good environment. It was a regional environment. So all of these new players, I believe, got experience in playing in that type atmosphere. And so if we were able to be blessed and grab the conference and go to another regional, we have no problem with going back to Baton Rouge.
Of course. And so now y'all look forward to y'all's next matchup against the Lion Classic, I believe.
Yes.
How did your team respond after a rocky start to the Tiger Classic and to the Lion Classic back home?
Sure. Well, a couple players obviously banged up from a very intense physical weekend. Anytime you play in the early part of the season and get games in, people are excited and going full go. So a couple players have bumped and bruised a little bit. So the contest tomorrow, will be rescheduled to the 26th season. So that's actually giving us an extra day of rest going in the Lion Classic. But it'll be some competitive games. I think South Dakota's coming in here with a 3-1 or a 4-1 record, and then UT San Antonio I think is undefeated as well. So and then Valley, I think this is their opening weekend if I'm not mistaken. So we got our work cut out for us, but we are at home and get to stay in our sleep in our own bed.
Yes, sir, Coach. And as I mentioned earlier about your teams getting better and better consistently every year, I'm sure you know about the new teams in your conference now, Stephen F. Austin and University of Texas Rio Grande Valley, coming to take your crown as the reigning Southland champions. What are your thoughts on challenges like that your team will have to face moving forward?
Yeah, well, we welcome any team to the conference. We're sitting at 10 right now. Actually, Rio Grande doesn't have softball, just yet, but Stephen F. Was here in the early years of my career here at Southeastern, so they're returning back to the Southland. I'm familiar with their new coach and the program, and he's going to do a good job. But I'm happy that we have an even number of teams. We're sitting at 10 teams, so the brackets kind of fall out, and we're going to do something a little different for the postseason this year. 8 teams are going to get in the conference tournament. There's going to be 2 pods. The 1 and 2 seeds going to host. So we're going to start a week early than any other conference in the nation. And then the top 2 winners, the top seed is going to host a 3-game series the following week, and the winner of that will go to get the automatic bid. So pretty exciting, and we'll see how that plays out.
We're grateful to have you here, Coach. We'll be right back with more Lion Tracks.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
This presentation of Lion Tracks is made possible through the kind support of Tangipahoa Parish Tourism, your guide to the crossroads of Louisiana.
Tangipahoa Parish is home to the strawberry capital of the world and the premier destination for family fun and adventure. Whether you're looking to visit one of our historic museums, grab a bite to eat at our amazing restaurants, or attend an exciting local event, there's always something to do in Tangipahoa Parish. Tangipahoa Tourism is proud to support the Southeastern Channel in its mission to educate and inspire young media professionals right here in Tangipahoa Parish, the crossroads of Louisiana.
Welcome back to Lion Tracks. Joining us now is head baseball coach Bobby Barbier. How you doing?
Good, buddy. How are you?
All right. So, Coach, a season ago, your team finished 30-28, finished in the semifinals against Nichols. Y'all fell short. Y'all falling short last year. Do y'all see this as motivation for your team going into this year?
I don't know. it's I would like to think each year separate. You know, I mean, we've got 20 new players on this team that has no idea what happened last year. You know, I mean, so I'd like to think of each as separate, but I would say it gives you a little more hunger when you get close, like we did. You know, lost to Nichols, who eventually won the tournament, and got beat by them twice and 2 heartbreakers. So I think it gives you a little motivation, maybe, because you got close and you got a taste of it. And our guys have worked really, really hard to this point. So I imagine they'll be ready to go tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Some big-time returners will be coming back to the team this year. TJ Salvaggio, Brennan Stuprich, Cole Strongbone. People see on the field, you know, how special they are and how they make this team better. But what other features do you see in them that make this team what it is?
Yeah, I would say that they're each unique. I would think, you know, Brennan kind of started as a Friday night guy, which is, you know, typically reserved for a guy that you really trust and, you know, the guy you want to run out first. And he finished that way too, you know, and was all conference. And so he's a little different from the other guys. You know, Cole and TJ were once walk-ons to this program. And to see them kind of flourish and to watch them grow and become leaders and become the guy. And sometimes guys shy away from that when they become the guy, you know, and I think that all 3 of those have embraced it. You know, they've along with a bunch more. We got a bunch more guys we could have talked about, but they have been great leaders. They've been great guys to be around every day. I mean, I'm big on that when we go recruiting. Like I want guys that I want to be around every day. And if I'm going to spend and our staff's going to spend all this time and we're going to spend all this time with them, we want to enjoy ourselves. So I think all those guys kind of embody what we want, you know, a Lion baseball player to be.
Yes, sir. And so now, as we move into this year, your team will open the season against Lindenwood here in Hammond. I know it's the first game cliche, but how important do you feel this game is for your team to start off the year?
Well, it's important because it's the one we're playing now. You know, I mean, I think we if you'd like to do it and coach speak, you know, you'd like to have 56 game ones, you know, in a row, and so that's why the game's important. But it is one of 56, and you know, I mean, we need a good start from Brennan. You know, we need good at bats from our guys. We need to just, you know, a lot of times first game you can get pretty amped up. You know, we need to make sure we make it about the game and not about everything else. And I think this team's old enough to do that. I mean, we're going to run out, you know, 9 position players that are all over 21 years old. You know, that are older guys that have been in these situations before. So that, as a coach, that makes you feel better about it. Now, we will run some young pitchers out at points of the weekend, so excited to see how they respond when the lights come on.
Yes, sir, absolutely. And now, new teams are now in your conference now. You got Stephen F. Austin and University of Texas of Rio Grande Valley. What are your thoughts on challenges like that for your team to face down the road?
Well, I mean, I don't, like I said, the 20 new guys don't know what McNeese State's like, you know. So, you know, it comes to a point where it's kind of just the next team on your schedule. But I'm familiar with Stephen F. Austin. When I was at Northwestern for a long time. They were in a league. So familiar with the setting there and, you know, playing those guys. UTRGV is a brand new one for all of us. I've never been there. They come to us this year, so it'll be exciting. They're a really good team, a good baseball team. Good. They're like us, get really good crowd support. So excited to play new guys, you know, get to meet new coaches and see a different brand of baseball, you know, than we're used to. So it'll be exciting. It'll be challenging for sure, like you said, but it'll be fun to play somebody new.
So, Coach, now before your season kicks off, is there anything you want to say to the viewers and the fans out there?
Yeah, just we've got a bunch of good guys that have worked really hard to get to this point. I hope that they are excited about coming and see them play. We've always had some really good crowd support at our games, and just hope to see that continue because they're deserving of it. That's for sure.
Yes, sir. We can't wait to see how y'all do this year.
Well,
yes, sir. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you, Coach.
Appreciate it.
That's about all the time we have for this episode of Lion Tracks. To catch this show as well as other Lion Tracks episodes, check out our episode on our YouTube channel or search for the Southeastern channel on your streaming device. I'm Myles Edwards. See you next time on Lion Tracks.